Sample, you're going to use yours. And my teacher sample said that I purchased a MacBook for $29.90 and 93 cents. Yes, can't see. Thank you. It's all right. So this is assignment number 28 from yesterday. I'm in my purchase, and I have a total of $29.90 and 93 cents. So I am starting this assignment off with $29.90 and 93 cents. I warned you that you needed to do your work yesterday to be able to do today's assignment. You have 60 seconds to go get your total from yesterday and put it into that first box, ready, go. If you weren't here, absent, you're going to put my total in, and you're going to have to change the whole thing later to be your totals. And I'll explain how you can do that quickly because we're using formulas. So go get your total of your item from yesterday. You have 60 seconds to get that total. Do you need a computer today? So is this an everyday thing? What's going on?
Oh, no, mine is not working for some reason.
So do you need to bring it and return it to the school and get a new one?
Yeah.
Do that tomorrow.
I
Okay?
can do it right now.
Yes. So open this up. Today is not the day to do it in my class. You need to follow along. Okay? Anyone else that needs a charger or a computer? Oh, good, they're charging. Hey, give me an idea of some things you guys purchased. Who will share what they purchased? Zach? Say it a little louder.
4K TV.
4K TV.
I bought a watch.
A watch.
I bought a 9-pound rock.
A 9-pound rock. How much was this 9-pound rock?
About $2,000.
About $2,000. Yes. Samuel? Samuel?
I also bought
A MacBook also? But not the same one as me, right? Okay, good. I wanted your number to be slightly different. Anyone else? Okay, wrong assignment. Okay, close off the history. Close off the other bad thing. You guys, please don't have like 400 tabs open. Look right now that you have the same number of tabs as me. Let's minimize this. Okay? Okay, at a minimum, you can have my key open, you can have your assignment open, and like Google Classroom. That's it. Let's have 3 tabs. We don't need a Desmos today. You might have a 4th tab if you're looking still at your old assignment. It's assignment number 28, the credit purchase. Open that up, put that total in. Okay, so what's your workaround if you did not get to finish credit purchase yesterday? You're using my number, and then you're going to have to go back and switch it to your number later, okay? All right, we're about to do several steps to get this spreadsheet to work. This is a lesson about credit cards, making the minimum payment, and it's a lesson about spreadsheets on Google Sheets. After this class, you get to put down on your resume that you have had experience with Google Sheets and that you know how to put in the formulas and stuff like that. All right. The first thing that Google Sheets does is it allows you to go sequentially in order by dragging and dropping. Can everybody see that in box A2, I have a 0? What is box A2? That's the column and the row reference, kind of like battleship. I'm trying to sink your battleship. I'd say A2, and you're looking right now where that box is. I'm going to reference these locations the whole day, so you're going to look at the rows and the columns. Please put a 1 in box A3 right now. This is one of those days where some of you are fast at this and some of you are like, what is she doing? You're going to have to help those people next to you. Okay, so keep up with your neighbors, see how they're doing. Okay, 0, 1. Now, Peyton, if you can't see my screen, this is going to be rough. You might want to go over there next to Kyle and plug in on that side. There's also an open seat. Yeah, that's it. You could sit up here in front and plug in right there next to Zahid as well. Kyle, is there a plug over there? You can unplug lights if you need to. Okay, check this out. I am now going to highlight or select 2 cells at the same time. Each of those boxes is called a cell. I click on the first cell. See how it's highlighted blue? I then hold down the shift key and I click on the second cell, and they're now both highlighted. Somebody just looked away for a second and they're like, what just happened? Here I go again. Ready? Here I go again. Click in cell A2, hold down the shift key, click in cell A3. I'm going to say it multiple times for the people that aren't with me. Click in cell A2, hold down the shift key, and then click in cell A3. Raise your hand if you've got highlighted 2 boxes. Okay. Now you're going to drag from that corner box, and you're going to notice it goes sequentially for you. If this worked correctly, you're going to keep going, at least down to 60 for now. Keep dragging from the corner down. Now there's somebody at your table that's like, it's not working for mine. So see who that person is and help them out. At least to 60 for now. Ethan, bump over with next to Michaela, please. Bump over one. Okay. Oops, I did the whole thing. All right, check this out. I'm going to do it one more time for someone that's way behind. Inbox A2, I've got a 0. Inbox A3, I typed a 1. This is letting the computer know that I want to go sequentially. I want to keep counting by +1, +1. So now if I highlight the first box by clicking on it, I hold Shift key down and click on the second box, it's now going to copy that formula, that pattern, the whole way. I asked you guys to drag that down at least till 60. That means it's counting by 1 by 1 by 1 all the way to 60. Any questions so far? Did everyone get help? Okay, so let me come see what you're doing wrong. Okay, now for this next column, you need the interest rate from the credit card you chose. I warned you that you needed to finish Monday's assignment before today. You were supposed to pick a credit card. If you didn't pick a credit card, I'm going to tell you what rate to use. But go back. What credit card did you choose? Did you choose the Discover It, 22.99, or did you choose something else that you researched? Go look right now at the credit card analysis while I'm checking in with a few students. So highlight the first one. Okay. Now grab the corner.
So we use the regular.
Oh, you're still holding the ship, by the way. No. There you go. I hate when it works when the teacher stands there, but a second ago it wasn't working. You're like, I swear. Okay, go check out the credit card that you chose from the credit card analysis. Go check out the credit card that you chose. So if you didn't do the research for the other ones yet, you're going to use this today. And then you're going to change it later. Yes, great question. Okay, you can't pick the middle. Listen up to this for everybody. If you researched a card and it said your rate is anywhere from 13 to 21, which rate do you get to use? 21. Nope. You guys got no credit. This is your first credit card ever. 0. Which rate do they give you? 21, the highest of that range. You have to use the highest of that range. So you can use 21 because 21 is lower than my 23 or 22.99.
What if there's an intro APR of 0%?
You're still going to use the original one, the like regular APR.
Annual purchase percentage rate?
Yes, APR, the annual percentage rate. Okay, so let's say right now you're like, Monday? What was Monday? Or you can't go find that sheet. You're going to use my rate of 22.99%, and then later you're going to change it. If you turn in the project with 22.99%, you're getting a 0 for this slide. So remember that you're going to go back and change this later. Because I'm hoping you found a rate lower than that, people. I hope that's not your rate. You're about to see why I hope it's not your rate.
Say that again?
You're using this today if you did not do your Monday's assignment. You didn't research any cards. You have no idea what's going on for Monday. You're using my rate. Otherwise, you should look back at your Monday, the 3 cards you researched, pick which one you picked. How did most people pick a card? The lowest rate. Most people pick the lowest. They're smart, right? Maybe they picked it because it gives them Southwest airline miles. I don't know. But probably the lowest rate. Okay, you need that for this next one? Here we go. Okay, can you see a completed sheet that has a little tiny formula here in the box? Okay, so we're going to go teach ourselves a formula in this box right now, and later our spreadsheet's going to look like that. So what is the formula that goes here? Please type with me. Equals D2 times your rate divided by 12. Here we go typing. I'm in box B2 equals D2 times your rate. Now your rate's going to be different than everybody else. What's my rate? 0.2299 divided by 12. I'm typing in equals D2 times my rate. My rate is 0.2299. You're putting in your rate, like Clive is putting in 0.21 because he found a card with 21%. So he's putting 0.21. What are you putting in? And then divided by 12 because we're talking a monthly rate. Okay, now why did I tell the computer to go to D2? Because do you guys see what's in D2? The balance. Now if I get an error like this after I type in the formula, it's because I don't have anything in D2 yet. So see if you made the same mistake as me. What balance am I putting in there? 2990 and 93 cents. That's my balance. Yours is going to be different. Sorry. Equals D2. Maybe. I don't think so though. Equals D2. Oh, times. I think I forgot the times. 0.2299 divided by 12. Let's see if it likes it with parentheses. Oops. Okay, those of you that are with me again, equals D2 times 0.2299 divided by 12. I just taught that cell a formula. The cell is going like this. I'm going to go grab the balance from D2 and I'm going to multiply it by 0.2299 divided by 12. The cell has a formula to follow now. I'm putting that formula up one more time. I'm going to ask a couple students some questions to make sure people heard me. Alexa, do you have a rate of 22.9 in yours or do you have a different rate? You're using mine for now? And when will you switch that? As soon as she researches, picks her rate, she'll switch it. How about you, Raina? Are you using my rate or are you using your own rate? What rate are you using? 0.2699. I have a secret. If you already know that these lower ones exist, you're about to see why you shouldn't be using your rate. Why would we choose a card with 2699 when the first one we researched together was 2299? If your goal was to find a lower one, you can still change between the whole project if you want. If the whole project's based on that, literally the lesson of the project is why I shouldn't choose a card with 26.99. You're about to see why. Okay, anyone that needs help getting that formula in there? Okay, let me go type it one more time. I'm going to zoom. Okay, we're typing in box B2, and you're typing this exact thing like mine has, equals D2 times. Do you guys know where that little times comes from? Do I even need that times? Let me test it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, the times is above the 8. It's a shift 8. Equals D2 times 0.0299. Let's see if I need the parentheses. We're trying to cut down on the things I have to do here. Yay, I don't need the parentheses. Okay, less work, less work.
My credit card document, it said the interest was range from 12.99 to 26.
Okay, real quick. She's asking if her card's range said 12.99 to 26.99, which rate does she get to use? It's a brand new card. It's your building credit. Unfortunately, you're using the 26.99. It means you may want to choose another card and research and still find a different card. Yes. Okay, I'll come look at yours. Anyone else have a question on their rate or what they're putting in? We're about to copy this formula down. We're going to let the spreadsheet do the work for us, so please make sure you have that first number. Now, to make sure you have things correct, could you type in my balance? Could you type in my balance just to have the same as me and then change your balance at the end? You could do that if that makes you feel better. If you want to put my balance in now and then change it later, you can. Who asked me? Okay. Whoa. Okay. No. Why do you have a B3? I'm in B3, you don't type B3. That's why you heard B3. Okay, look. I'm asking you to type this. Every formula in every cell starts with an equals, right here, equals D2 times 0.2299 divided by 12. This is what you had typed in. So delete that B3. We're in cell B3. Now did it work? Okay, good. You wrote what?
I wrote the same thing as what you did, but with my rate, and it's giving me 4,168%. Not a number.
Okay, so I'll come look at yours in a second. Let me get everybody started here. Okay, and this is how it's going to go the whole day with these, where I have to kind of check and troubleshoot with several people, and it's okay. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Because I don't want to type that in every cell. That would take me forever. I want to just copy it down. So later, I'm going to be grabbing the end and copying it down. Hang on, I'm going to go back a step. I'm going to be grabbing the quarter and copying it down, but I can't do that yet because I got to finish the row before I pull it down. There's nothing for it to go off of yet. We'll see in just a second. So we're not copying the formula down yet. We're now going into cell C2, and I'm going to show you that formula right now so you can type this in. Cell, oh, sorry guys, don't be mad. Hang on for a sec. Go back a page to your original. I started on the 0 row. I was supposed to start on the 1 row. I started on the 0 row. Can everybody please delete what they just did in cell B2? Delete what you just did. And we're going to do the same thing in cell B3 instead. I apologize. I said B3 and I typed it in B2. So I just need to make sure you guys have it. So real quick, I'm in B3 and I'm copying this in again. Please make sure you're in the correct cell. You might have already had it in the correct place. B2 times 0.2299 divided by 12. So please make sure you had it in the correct cell that I said but did not do. Did you have it in B3? All right. So B3, I accidentally typed it in B2. I just fixed it and put it in B3. Okay, here comes C3. Here comes the formula. This is what most credit cards use. Most credit cards take 2% of your balance, and that's what they make your minimum payment. So we're now going to put in a formula. You see it way up here. It's equals D2 again times 2%. Equals D2 times 0.02. Let me see if I can see it. And it works? Okay. Okay, I'm typing in to cell C3, and it's equals D2 times 2%. Where does this 2% come from? It's like a rule of thumb for credit cards. They're going to charge you about 2% of your balance. So here I go in my cell C3. Equals. I start every formula with an equals. D2 times 2%. That's why this spreadsheet is called the 2% calculations for credit card. We're so fancy with our names. Okay, when I hit enter, I'm going to have a different number than you do if you have a different balance than me. But I want you to have the same formula in there. Okay, so double check your formula for this one. Let me zoom in. Help each other out. In cell C3, did you write equals D2 times 2%? That cell has directions now. It's going to go to D2. It's going to grab the balance and it's going to multiply it by 0.02. Equals D2 times 0.02%. Good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If your tax went a little bit over $3,000, I'm cool. It's the people that did purchases of $1,500 that I'm annoyed at. It specifically said over $2,000. Yeah, when you add tax, it sometimes goes over. Dante?
Is the balance what you have left, or is it what you spent?
The balance is how much you spent total. So Dante, this is what happened Monday. Monday, we got our first new credit card. Tuesday, you went shopping. You went like this with that card, swipe, or you bought it on Amazon. So now we're seeing what payments happening on this card of the thing you purchased. So what balance is it? It's how much you spent yesterday.
I spent a lot.
How much? So Dante, look, that number of what you spent should be right here in D2.
I spent $2,205.
Okay, let's go do the balance formula now. I'm now in cell. Okay, remember how we did that previous balance work on the thing? It's kind of like that, where it's like starting with what, subtracting what, adding what. Check it out. I go get the balance from D2. I add in B3. That's interest charged on my account. But then I subtract off my payment that I made. So I'm starting with the balance, adding the interest charge, and subtracting the payment. Please type in this formula. Equals D2 plus B3 minus C3. Equals D2 plus B3 minus C3. Equals D2. Now D2 is my balance. Why am I adding B3 again? That's the interest I've been charged. Why am I subtracting C3? Do you guys see how it highlights what I'm choosing? You know what the spreadsheet is saying to you? Hey, Miss Sanchez, is this the cell you wanted? And I'm looking at it going, yep. It's double checking with me that I'm grabbing the right cells. So when I type D2, see how this is now bordered in that orange? It's making sure I want that cell. See how this is bordered in purple? Purple. See how this is bordered in, can't even see the blue. Anyways, hit enter. This is how much your current balance is. Now, okay, it's supposed to go down unless you chose a card with too high of a rate. Raise your hand if your balance actually went up. And that's why we might want to choose a different rate on your card. You might want to research and pick another one. But this one only went down because my interest is so high and my payment is so low. Minimum payment. Okay, watch what we're about to do because this is going to take some people a lot of practice. I am going to grab the whole row by clicking in A3, Shift key, clicking in D3. I'm going to say this like 18 more times. Clicking in A3, Shift key, clicking in D3. Highlight the whole row. 16 more times. Clicking in A3, Shift key, clicking in D3. You cannot drag. You cannot drag or it will pull all your numbers across and now you're freaking out. Click undo, 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 undo. Question. Okay, I'm going to get your charger. And then you can come up here to be closer, or you can go over by Kyle and unplug my lights. I'll be okay without my lights because I'm here. Hang on. Okay, look to see if you did it right. Wait for it. Oh, we got to put the formula in. Okay, good. Hang on, back it up. Okay, do me a favor, please. Go back to your A3. Go back to your A3. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me see if this works. Can you guys do me a favor and don't highlight the A3? Try just highlighting the back 3 and dragging. Try just highlighting the back 3 and dragging. Okay, now the reason is because we didn't have a formula typed into that one box. And so I'll explain in a second. We could put a formula. Okay, tempting to type it. She's got to learn how to do it. So let her, like you can explain it all the way you want. You can tell her when you're show her your, she's got to type it. This is the hardest part of being a teacher. So I can really like, heck no, I just want to do it for everybody. Okay, so go back to this.
Yeah, it's just
Plus minus. I'm adding interest and subtracting payment. Now you're going to highlight these 3 by selecting it, shift, selecting the end, dragging the corner 1. Yes, Adler. Okay, what a great question. Adler, how far do we drag? No, we drag until you pay off your debt. How long is that going to take? Until it gets to 0. Okay, so some people are like, I can't even drag yet. And some of you are on a roll. You're dragging, you're dragging, you're dragging, you're dragging. Okay, now, real quick, you guys. If you highlight, can you look up here? If you highlight 2 rows at a time, where you select the 29 and the 30, and then you drag, it now will copy down the 31 accordingly. So if you highlight 2 rows at a time now, or 3 rows at a time, including the 20, 30, 31, and you drag, it will now highlight accordingly. Check this out. If I highlight 2 whole rows, and drag, it's also going to copy the months. Because I don't know if any of you realize, are we going to need more than 60 months?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we are. So I said go to 16. You guys were like, oh my God, 60? You just wait. Keep dragging, keep dragging. I'm walking around to see who needs help dragging. Yeah, grab the corner, drag until it gets to 0. And if you feel like this is taking a long time, you're paying off a debt for that long. It does take a long time. Keep dragging, keep dragging.
This $2,000 watch.
I've gone on
Interest rate is so high. And I'm feeling that, my God, I'm making no dent. That's the purpose of this lesson. Literally, when students have I've never going to do this. That's what, if you feel like that after this, God, it's taking a long time on a spreadsheet, and welcome to real life, paying it off in the time, that's what you're thinking, until 0. Jesse's down to 1900. He's still dragging. Where are you at? Your rate's too high. So literally, you can go in and choose a different rate. At a minimum. Go with my rate. I'm hoping you find one lower than mine, but put in my rate. You gotta keep going close 0. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta keep going until you pay it off. I mean, if you decided to buy this, what did you buy? Crown? I mean, you're the one that bought the crown. You gotta pay it off. Keep going. Keep working that minimum payment. Still the number is 0, so you're not. It's really slow. What rate is yours? Okay, you guys, what is the minimum your rate should be? Pause. What is the minimum your rate should be? 0.2299. My rate is the highest rate we should see. Because we at least all researched that one card together. If you researched higher cards later, you should have gone, oh, this one's got a higher rate. I'm still going to go with the Discover It. So if you have a rate over 2299, you need to change your rate now to at least 0.2299, and hopefully you research and find a lower one. 18 years, pay off your whatever you bought. So what if you could find a useful card with a lower rate? I'll go back into that box and just change it there, and it updates everything. So if you change it in B3, the formula copies it everywhere else. So change that right there, and then you just go dump a line down, and you'll see like, oh, cool, this changes it everywhere. It's not just us, it's everybody. Okay, how many months is that?
Like about $20.
Okay, so now go back up. What's your rate? Go back up to B3 for me. I hit the third one. Wait. Okay, you need to have 2299 as the highest rate. I hope the researchers find a lower one. So put in 2299 then. You have 2399. Yeah, if it's over 22, go back in and change it to 2299 at a minimum, at a maximum. And hopefully you find a lower. Go back to B3 and just change it in that one place. And the formulas do the work on everything else for you. Only change it in B3. Oh my God, we have a winner. Somebody that got down to 0, how many months did it take? 3,892 months. Divide that by 12 for me. You're about to get that number for me. How many years is that? 3,000. What's that?
Only 3,000?
Yeah. So what rate did you have, Josiah? Huh? 19%. And then what should you be saying to that guy? Which card is that? That's what you do in real life. You hear a good deal from a friend and you do it. Which card is that, Josiah?
Pedal.
Pedal. Yeah, you have to use the starting card. Okay. And? Let's go down a little bit faster.
Dude, this is not fair. This is 1 cent.
Yep. No. So now click on the next one down. See how it's oh, it didn't change it. You do have to copy it all again. Elijah, did it change it for you? You have to copy it all again.
And it's going down.
Dude, I'm using that.
Hey, so listen up. You've got to get down to 0. You've got to get down to 0. Josiah, is the pedal, Josiah, is the pedal a card for people already with established credit? So you guys look, what is the Navy Federal Secured Card interest rate? Did anybody look that up? Okay, Navy Federal Secured Card. Ideal if you're eligible, meaning this is a card that you put money down. What's my rate on this, you guys? What's the rate on the Navy Federal card? It's 18%. Did you guys actually research? Did you actually go to your bank, your credit union, and see what the card is? Or did you do that? I don't know. But there's an 18% out there that no one's using. That's the Navy Federal Secured Card. I said, please go check with your bank. See what you can get as that rate. Okay? Do you want to make your columns the Navy Federal Secured Card now and use 18? It's up to you. Hey, I'm moving on to the next step. You have scrolled this down to 0. Some of you are still going. Check out what we're doing next. Hey, in this box here, I am typing in the APR of the card that I used. In this box, this is G4. I am typing in the APR of the card I used. If right now you're using 2299, put that in. If you're like, I'm on board with the Navy Fed 18%, you can put 18 now and then go fix things. Credit purchase item cost equals D2. Credit purchase item cost equals D2. Total owed after 5 years. This is you going down and looking at the 60th month, 5 years, and seeing how much is still owed. I'm scrolling down to 60. Right here on my spreadsheet, the 60th month is D62. D62. That's the cell that shows the 60th month what the balance is, equals D62. I'm in the last column there. Okay, total paid after 5 years. Okay, now, oh, sorry guys. Okay, can you guys please stop scrolling if you did and just look up here so that you make sure you're keeping up with these last few things, because we are moving on to a different spreadsheet in about 5 minutes. Okay, total paid after 5 years and total interest That's the sum of these two columns. So total paid is my payment column, and total interest is this interest column. So if I scroll down to the bottom of the column, it's asking me after 5 years how much was paid. So does everybody see that I've stopped here at the 60th month? And I'm at the bottom of B, I'm at 63, B63. I can type in a summation formula equals the sum of B2 to B62. It already auto types it for me. Equals the sum of B2 to B62. But I don't want to put it right there because I've got other numbers there. So I'm going to go put this in the answer, equals the sum of B2 to B62. I'm going to go put that formula up in the box where it was asking. I'm in cell G10. Please type equals the sum of B2 colon to B62. It might be B3. Let's see what it does. Equals the sum of B2 to B62. And so what this means is no matter how many months it took you to keep going, we're all getting the 5-year mark numbers. Equals the sum, parentheses, B2 to B62. Okay, I'm doing the same formula for the next one down, but for the C column. Equals the sum of C2 to C62. I'm doing the same formula for the C column on the next box. I'm going to zoom in and check to see who needs help. Equals the sum of C3 to C63. Okay? Parentheses. B, hang on. Okay, yeah, B3 to B62. Colon. Parentheses. Now you've got my key attached already. If you can't see my board up there, you can click on my key and click in that cell and see what the formula is. Equals sum B2 to B62. Then the next one down is the C. Yes.
When you say two, what do you mean?
A colon. Wait, I always forget which one's a colon, which one's a semi. It's the 2 dot one. Which one is that? The colon or the semicolon? The colon or the semicolon before I move on. Me neither. So credit purchase item cost is equal to D2. Same balance. Next one down, total owed after 5 years.
Yeah,
Equals, so total owed after 5 years, go back up with me, I'm in G8. Total owed after 5 years is equals D62. It's just getting the number from another box. Total paid after 5 years is summing up the B column. It's equals sum, parentheses, B2 colon. Is it a colon or a semicolon, you guys? This is killing me. You guys, what's this? That's the colon, not the semi? Okay, good. Equals sum, parentheses, B2 colon B62. That goes in the first box, G8. And then the next one down is the summation of the C column, C2 to C62. That's what you're typing in. Equals sum, parentheses, B2 colon B62, close parentheses. Help each other out so you can get it. Total owed after 5 years equals D62. Equals D62. Equals D62. Equals D2. Start over. equals D62. Enter. Equals D2. No, wrong. Okay. Equals D2. It just wants the purchase item cost. Equals D2. D2 is my purchase item cost. Enter. So just go ahead and grab that number. Next, total order after 5 years equals D62. Next one down. Now the next two yellow boxes equals sum, parentheses, B2 colon B62. Next box equals sum, C2. You're summing the B column, summing the C column. Okay, Jesse's going to explain those what's up there and I'll be right back. This table. Let's see it. Click on a couple of these. Good. Next. Click. What a great question. I'm only 5 years in. I paid way more months on this.
Yeah, we have to go back to the
So this balance is going to go right here. So equal B2. Enter. Next, total owed after 5 years. Equals B62. Right now, it's not going to work. It's going to have a draft. Go back. Equals B62. You start typing it. Later it'll fill that in. Total after 5 years equals sum, parentheses, B2, colon, sorry, B62. So you're going like this, B2 to B62. And then so it's that's the sum of the B column. Now you're going to do the sum of the C column. C2 to C62.
Just go. Yeah, just go.
Go back up to your yellows. You put a comma instead of a colon. I didn't even know what to call the colon until 2 seconds.
How is this?
Sum B2 to B62 or C2 to C62. You good? Where's your yellow go? Go highlight that cell yellow again. You gotta not right. This cell right here equals. Ready? Delete that out. Equals sum. It's up on the board in front of me if you need to see it while I'm saying it. C2 colon to C62 parentheses. Sum adds all the columns. Sum. The sum of two numbers. Yep. It adds the summation. Total owed after 5 years equals D62. We're just going to grab it from that other cell. The reason I do that is D62 is if you choose to change anything in this, you choose to change the rate, you choose to change your items to different balance, everything on the spreadsheet is based on formula. If you just manually type something, you just manually do it. So I love when you just put a formula. Yes, Dante? Okay, look up there on the board. Okay, help him out. Read him the equal sum parentheses B2 thing.
Wow.
So we're summing the B column and summing the C column. So click on this one. The same exact formula. Oh no, I didn't delete that out. Start
It's
again.
40%.
Equals. Oh no, equals. Sorry, equals 62.
Yeah, they put it in.
62. Right, next one. Now, this is the summation of the B column, this is the summation of the C column. So you type equals sum parentheses. Parentheses. Okay, look up here, please. Parentheses. Equals sum parentheses B2 colon B62 close parentheses. Hey, Miguel, I'm going to click on this too. Hey, checking in with a few of you. Double check with me. Do you have your rate typed in? It might say 22.99. Later you can change it. That's up to you. Do you have the purchase item cost as equals D2? So it should match the D2 box. Equals D2. Please move down to G8. You should have equals D62. Equals D62. Question.
What if even on the Discover card rate, it's still going up?
At the 22.99,
Yeah,
it's going down.
mine's going up.
Then I need to come look at it. Okay, next. Looking at this, I'm going to zoom in. Here's the formula for the summation of the B column. Equals the sum, parentheses, of B2 colon B62 close parentheses. You're typing that in. I also wrote it on the board. Then you do the C column summation. Equals sum C2 to C62. Okay. Oh, you gotta go recopy it down. See how this is still the old rate? You gotta copy this all. Actually, you may not have to read it, because highlight the whole row again and drag it. Actually, just highlight the back three again. No, you can't drag like that, you have to drag from the corner box. So select cell B3 first. No, back. Now shift and select and drag just from the corner down a couple of seconds. Now go click on it, see if that's working slightly there. Click on B4. Does that not be adjusted right now? Yes. So you have to go drag it again to get it all down the limit. Drag all the rows down there. Get it all. Okay. I will come there in a second, Miguel. All right, let's finish this guy off. Hey, what are the last two things? I'm going to use Josiah for this one because he's the only one who I know of so far that had scrolled down to 0. Josiah, number of months to pay off your item. What was your number? 3924? That's not your number of months. Was it 3,324? Or it really paid off in 324 months?
Let's go down to 0.
Okay. Anyways, let me go back to my example then instead of Josiah's. Okay, this is my last year's one. Check it out. It got down to 0. Do you see how sometimes it scrolls into the negative? For me, it was at 84 months. Okay. Because I'm using a rate that's lower. I'm using a rate that's lower on this example. Okay. You guys, all of yours is going to be different. Whatever rate you're using, you're just going to scroll to 0. But here's what I'm trying to show you on the last two cells. Your job is to get the final summations of everything once you're down to 0. Get the final summations of everything. Okay, here come the answers for these formulas. Total amount paid for your item, total interest paid is going to look like this. Equals the sum of C2 to C 1 million. I don't know, whatever you got down to. We'll take off from here tomorrow.